All right, let's play ball. Dontrell Willis was trying to play the role of stopper in his first start as a member of the winless Tigers. And Willis actually had a no-hitter going into the 6th, but he had walked 7. So all sorts of trouble when Jim Thome connects here. Nick Swisher scores from second. Thome with a double. Dontrell's no-no is over. He said, "I was terrible." He would be charged with 3 earned runs because when Zach Miner came in, Quinton rips a shot up the middle. Thome, Jermaine Dye both come in. Willis, done, not happy. White Sox tie it up, and then in the 8th, Dye homers to left field off Francis Beltran. Last time the Tigers were 0-5, they lost 119. This team, I'm guessing, will probably be a little bit better. Before the season, we were talking about a 1,000-run lineup, but look at what the Tigers have done offensively so far. Winless through their first 5, scoring less than 3 runs a game. Le Tigre have hit just 4 homers, 2 from the man they tried to replace at third base, Brandon Inge.
Tigers' second highest payroll in the AL behind the Yankees. Ray swinging to take 2 straight at the stadium against Andy Pettit and friends. Top 2, Johnny Gomes steps in, lifts one to right. Now check out the ball. It bounces off the top of the wall. Gomes thinks it's a long ball, but it's just a single. He had 17 jacks last season. He's got a pretty good sense of what a home run is, but Derek Jeter tags Gomes out between first and second, raised up 2-1 after 3. Top 5 with 2 aboard, no doubt about this. Obvious rapport between bat and ball for Gomes into the left field seats. Edwin Jackson, 6 strong, 1 earned 4 Ks. Rays win 6-3.
The Red Sox get Josh Beckett off the DL to start Sunday in Toronto. Saturday, it was Clay Buchholz against the Jays. Bottom 4, Buchholz against Greg Zahn. Bases full of Jays. Zahn, ground ball down the first base line. Sean Casey misplays it. Lyle Overbay, Aaron Hill come in to score. Jays have 3-2. Buchholz allowed 3 earned in 5 innings. Brian Corey on in relief. David Eckstein going the opposite way. Hill and Marco Scutaro both come home. The Jays bring home 6 in the 6th. Eckstein 2 for 5, drove in 3. The Jays are 9 over 500 against the Sox.
Back on the diamond, Phillies Reds. Ryan Howard, 47 home runs last season. Top 8, tied at 2. Howard abusing the Kent Mercker offering, a 479-foot shot. And the Phillies are up 3-2. A Corey Patterson solo shot tied things at 3 in the bottom of the 8th. So in the bottom of the 9th, runners on second and third. Chad Durbin deals, and Paul Bacco sends a dribbler to short. Jimmy Rollins, trouble getting the ball out of his glove, can't make the play. Bacco with his first career walk-off RBI. Reds win 4-3.
Mets and Braves, and pay attention because this got weird in the 5th. 4-1 Braves, bases loaded for the Mets, 1 out. Jose Reyes, sinking line drive to center. Mark Kotze's got a beat on it. Did he catch it? Well, first rule to catch. Kotze throws to Brian McCann, throws back to second base for the apparent force out of Angel Pagan. It's an 8-2-4 double play for scoring at home, but by all means, use a pencil because we're not done here. Willie Randolph out to argue, and he has a point. Kotze clearly trapped the ball. Should have been ruled no catch. Randolph got what he wanted, which was a consult amongst the umpires who got together and decided to reverse the call. This never happens. Bobby Cox is out of the Braves dugout. He wants an explanation. Brian McCann signals the runners passed each other on the bases. He's absolutely right. Pagan passed Church, not ruled out because of the reversal. And in the end, everybody moves up 1 base. Bases still loaded. Reyes awarded with a run-scoring single. The Mets trail 4-2. Even Cox admitted later, what's fair is fair. Get all that? Bottom 7. None of it matters now. Bases loaded for Kelly Johnson, and you are so not catching that. 3-2 pitch, up and out, grand slam, second of his career. No argument about that one. Braves go on to win it 11-5.
Dodgers and the Padres, great pitching matchup. Brad Penny battling Jake Peavy. Bottom 1, bags full for Khalil Green. Rips a single past a diving Blake Dewitt. Padres with a 4-run first, and that is plenty of run support for Peavy. Top 5, Andrew Jones at the dish. He goes down swinging. 109 pitches, 73 for strikes. Top 9, Peavy on to nail down his first complete game in the majors this season. 6th of his career, 1 earned, 8 Ks on just 2 hits. San Diego wins 4-1. Baseball, Royals Twins. Levon Hernandez making his first career start against Kansas City. Top 4, Billy Butler rips the line drive off the wall and left. Hustling and going for 2, but thrown out after this very questionable head first dive. Check it out, Butler. Oh my. falls short of the bag. Matt Tolbert there to tag him out. Royals up 2-0. Butler 1 for 4 on the day. Bottom 4 with 2 aboard and nobody out. It's Justin Morneau taking Gil Mesh for a ride. Came into the game just 1 for 16 on the season. Gets his first homer there. Minnesota takes it 6-4. How about the Indians and the A's? Reigning AL Cy Young Award winner CC Sabathia on the bump. Oakland native 1-3 with a 7.17 career at Oakland. Sabathia with issues. Tied at 1 in the first. Jack Huss laying a 2 RBI double down the left field line. That'll score 2. A's up 3-1 in the 5th. Mark Ellis. Oh, that is not coming back. Sabathia 5 1/3 full earned. Indians fall as Oakland gets the win 6-1. Giants Brewers. Milwaukee's Manny Parra going to nail down his first major league win in a bit of a jam with 2 runners on. In scoring position, top 5, he rings up Rajay Davis, inning over. Bottom 6, Ryan Braun steps in and takes Kevin Correa for a ride. Braun's first of the season. Milwaukee up 4-2, so Parra 5 1/3, 2 earned, 7 Ks in line for the win. Top 9, Brewers up 5-4. Eric Gagne on a close. And Gagne gets Rich Aurelia to fly out. A 1-2-3 ninth on the way to Gagne's first save of the year. Parra, the 25-year-old lefty, gets the W.
Diamondbacks visiting Jeff Francis and the Colorado Rockies. Leading off in the first, it's Chris Young, and you want to slug it out? 2-2 Francis pitch is into the people. Arizona very quickly up 1-0. 6th inning, Young back up there again. 3-1 pitch, which looks strikingly familiar. And he strikes it to a familiar spot. Out. Check it out. Same pitch, same swing, same result. 2 homers for Young. 6th multi-home run game of his career. Brandon Webb went 7 strong. He's now 13-2 all time against Colorado. It's a big tie. It's at 10. Number 10, Calgary and Vancouver. Eric Nystrom to Jerome McGinley for the score. It's his 50th of the season, 2nd time in his 11-year career he's reached the big 5-0.
Number 9, Colorado Rapids taking on the Kansas City Wizards. KC's Jimmy Conrad puts home the header. Conrad scoring with a defender all over his back. 2 goals for Conrad in the Wizards' 3-2 win.
Number 8, from Philly on the fast break, Andre Miller to Andre Iguodala. Philly has a decision to make on this guy. He is fun to watch.
Number 7, Dodgers Padres. Russell Martin pops it up into foul territory. Josh Bard is there, sliding and catching. He also got a hit and drove in one. That in support of Jake Peavy's 6th career complete game W. More from this game in a bit.
White Sox and the winless Detroit Tigers. Pudge Rodriguez lines one into left field. Carlos Quinton's got that. Throws it all the way back to double off Edgar Renteria. The Tigers 0 for the season still.
Number 5, Dodgers Padres. Tadahito Gucci. Fly ball into shallow right. Andre Ethier is there. Making up for an 0 for 3 day. However, the Dodgers fall 4-1.
Maple Leafs Canadiens at number 4, Alex Kovalev. Robbed by Andrew Raycroft. Foiled. How about that for glove work?
Number 3, English Premier League. Liverpool taking on Arsenal. Arsenal's Nick Bentner soaring above the D. Gets the header to go. Would end in a 1-1 tie. Header off the free kick for the equalizer. Tremendous.
Number 2, Nationals, Cardinals, Adam Kennedy. Go.
Kennedy. Oh, yes, what a play. Adam Kennedy at second base. Oh, man.
Number 1, Shell Houston Open, round number 3. You're looking at 2 guys, Chad Campbell and Jeff Quinney, from the fairway.
There it is.
We've got not 1, but 2 eagles. 2 best shots of the
Nationals in St. Louis on Saturday. That's Adam Wainwright because of a rainout, getting his first turn in the Cardinals rotation. He's the ace of the moment. And batting 8th, sneaks a single through to bring in Yadier Molina. Wainwright doing his thing from the mound after that. Ronnie Belliard, the former Cardinal, grounds into the 6-4-3 double play. Wainwright mowing down Nationals. Comebacker here from Austin Kearns. He goes 8 strong, allowing just 2 earned. Cardinals are off to their best start in 8 years now.
You can't lose them all if you win the 6th one. Detroit at home against Chicago. 2nd pitch of the game. Justin Verlander hangs the fastball to Nick Swisher. Work hard, play hard. That's Swisher sweet. His first with the Sox. We go 6th inning, 1 out. and nobody on. White Sox now up 3-1. Paul Konerko grounded to third. Miguel Cabrera throws fine, but Carlos Guillen's got a hole in his glove. We got a man on first for the White Sox. Later in the inning, bases now loaded. Verlander against Carlos Quentin. New guy. That's going to leave a bruise. Konerko scores. White Sox up 4-1. Next batter, Joe Creedy. Had some problems in the field. Ground ball to deep short. Edgar Renteria. No problem fielding it, but not in time to second. Everybody's safe. Jermaine Dye scores. The Sox are up 5-1. Two batters later, Swisher getting the hang of it. A.J. Przinsky scores. Verlander gives up a career-high 9 runs in 5 2/3. The White Sox beat the Tigers 13-2. Detroit drops to 0-6. They'll be off Monday, but after that, it's a 3-game series with the defending champion Red Sox, who will be playing their home opener. Last year, the Tigers did have a winning record against Boston.
Speaking of which, the nation hoping #1 starter Josh Beckett's 08 debut could prevent a sweep in Toronto. 2-2 in the 5th. Beckett said, health-wise, I felt good, but runs into trouble here. Alex Rios walked. Terry Francona going to stick with his big horse. Next batter, Vernon Wells walks on 4, and that's it for Beckett. He's done after 92 pitches. Enter Manny Del Carmen. Bases full. He'll face the big hurt. Frank Thomas' first pitch hurt so good. Say hello to our little fella. His 11th career grand slam. Second homer in 2 days, 6-2 Toronto. Top 8. Kevin Youkilis. I don't think that one's got the distance. John McDonald, Vernon Wells, look out. Everybody was okay. Toronto wins 7-4. They complete the 3-game sweep of the nation. Manny and Big Papi combined 3 for 22 in this series. So the long, strange journey finally ends after nearly 16,000 miles. The nation played in 3 nations, going 3-4 on the trip. Here's Kevin Youkilis, quote, we're ready to go home. All these different countries, different currencies. I'm kind of sick of it. Now it's on to their home opener, Tuesday at Fenway. The Red Sox 4th different opening day ceremony, but at this one, they raise the World Series banner and get their rings.
Yankee Stadium, Joe Girardi back after calling out sick the last 2 games. Upper respiratory infection. This will do nothing to make him feel better. Bottom 1, Derek Jeter off Tampa Bay's James Shields. BJ up in the diving catch. Jeter 5 for 23 to start the season. How many times do we show a guy making a great grab and then grounding out to third?
When we edit it that way.
Thank you. Alex Rodriguez, the snag, the spin, the throw. Chin-Ming Wong, 6 innings, 4 hits, nothing earned, 6 Ks. Bottom 4, bartender, Saki. Hideki Matsui, 2-run shot, his 2nd of the season. He had 3 hits, the Yankees up 2. Top 7, Jabba Chamberlain replaces Wong with runners on the corners. He whiffed Willie Ibar on 3 pitches and gets Sean Riggins. Backhand by Robinson Cano. Double up Eric Hinsky. Chamberlain looked good. Rivera gets the save, and the Yankees win 2-0.
Seattle's Eric Bedard scratched Sunday from his return engagement in Baltimore, and with J.J. Putz hurt, the Mariners have had to go bullpen by committee, and we know how that works out. Eric O'Flaherty on to close. Nick Markakis the leadoff double in the 9th. Baltimore down 2-0. Markakis on 3rd. Aubrey Huff to 2nd. Markakis comes in. It's 2-1. Enter Mark Lowe from the Seattle pen. Here's Jay Payton. Jose Lopez has got a shot here. Noonan hits under the glove. Adam Jones goes to 3rd. Next up, Ramon Hernandez. Wild pitch. Jones scores, and we are tied at 2. Bullpen imploding. Luis Hernandez with 2 outs. The walk-off single. Orioles come back and win 3-2. Wasting 8 solid innings from Felix Hernandez, the Orioles have won 4 in a row. And if you're sick of all this, Red Sox, Yankees, boy, have we got an AL East for you. Baltimore Orioles are on top right now. They've won 4 straight.
Especially when you start Smoltz and Santana.
Woo!
Top first, Smoltz. Jose Reyes. You should be dancing. Later in the inning, with 2 on, Carlos Delgado. Good game to watch. Top 3, runner on 2 outs, David Wright. Swing and sway. Smoltz, first start after opening the season on the DL, but he felt a knot, decided not to go out in the 5th. 5 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 6 Ks. Bottom 7, it's 1-0 Braves on an Escobar 3rd inning double. 2 outs. Brian Pena, grounder, right, throws out Pena. Santana, 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned, 3 Ks. Bottom 8, 1-0. Runner on 2 outs. Aaron Heilman got the first 2 batters out. Walked Chipper Jones. Mark Teixeira, he can walk at his own pace. Ryan Church needs longer arms. 2-run homer, it's 3-0 Braves. Top 9, 3-1. 2 on for Brian Schneider facing Rafael Soriano. First base line, Teixeira, the grab. Flips to Soriano, game over. Braves win it 3-1. Smoltz gets the W.
The NL champ Rockies getting their ring Sunday, but facing the Diamondbacks at course, trying to avoid a sweep in the NLCS rematch. Up 1-0 in the ninth. New closer Manny Corpus facing Mark Reynolds. There it goes. The two-run shot, number 2 for Reynolds, and the lead is gone. It's 2-1. Diamondbacks, bottom 9. Arizona's new closer imploding as well. Brandon Lyons serves it up to Matt Holliday. The rough start, maybe not so rough anymore. Lyons' second blown save. It's 2-2. They go extras. J.D. Drew had a home run Sunday for the Red Sox in Toronto. Here's Steven Drew for the Diamondbacks in Denver. Solo shot, his second. Arizona, a 3-run 10th. They win at Colorado. The Rockies, where's the offense? They've lost 5 in a row. They are 1-5 out of the gate in 08.
See your D-back Rockies going to raise you Dodgers, Padres, and San Diego Marines from Fort Pendleton there. Pods wearing their Nugent tops. Chris Young, top home ERA
Not really.
in the NL last year. Strikes out Andrew Jones, who was 0 for 4, 3 Ks. He's 3 for 22 this season. Young, 7 innings, 2 earned, 8 strikeouts. Derek Lowe gets Jim Edmonds and then gets Scott Hairston. Strikes out the side in the 4th. Lowe, 6 innings, 6 Ks, 1 earned. We go 8th inning, tied, 2 outs. Adrian Gonzalez on 3rd. And Hairston going to bring him home, except Rafael for a call goes jump on him. 5'9", Gonzalez stranded at 3rd. Top 9, Trevor Hoffman walks the first batter. Russell Martin, 2 batters later, Martin's on 2nd, and Ching Lung Hu brings him home. Trevor Hoffman, 2nd loss in his last 3 games. He's got a 12.27 ERA in 4 games this season. The Dodgers win it. 3-2 is your final.
3 of their previous 4 hosting the Phillies Sunday. Ken Griffey Jr. Still without a home run. There it goes. 2-run shot off Brett Myers Jr. Now 6 shy of 600. It's 2-0 Reds. Cincy, good young pitching. We saw Johnny Cueto earlier in the week. Here's Edinson Volquez. Came over from Texas in the Josh Hamilton deal. Steve Phillips compared him to Pedro Martinez. Look at the difference in the fastball here, 95 to Victorino, and the change here, 79 to Big 6. Later in the inning, Pedro Feliz gets the Uncle Charlie. Volquez allowed only 1 run on 5 hits, 5 1/3, struck out 8. Reds off to a 4-2 start.
Well, the giant at the Giants-Brewers game was Milwaukee pitcher Ben Sheets. Top first, Dave Roberts, good game to watch. Eugenio Velez, check please. Fred Lewis, 11 pitches. Sheets strikes out the side in the first 8 Ks in this game. Bottom 5, Brewers are up 4. Ryan Braun, Barry Zito, solo home run.
A home run in Milwaukee, and I don't get a bargain.
Yeah, old Milwaukee doesn't get any better than this. It has to get better for Zito. 9 runs in 10 innings this season. Sheets, 109 pitches, 78 strikes. He gets the shutout, 7-zip Brewers.
Derek Lee's bat red hot for the Cubs. Alfonso Soriano, ice cold, 1 for 22 coming into Sunday's game against Houston off Brandon Backey. The solo shot is first of the year, and it gives the Cubs a 2-1 lead. Now can Carlos Zambrano hold it? Still 2-1 in the 7th, facing Miguel Tejada. Solo shot. Tejada's first. Zambrano allowed the 2 runs on 7 hits in 7. Struck out 7. We mentioned Derek Lee, red hot. Oh, boy, is he hot. 4 for 4 Saturday, 2 for 3 Sunday, 10 for 25 so far. His 3rd makes it 3-2 Chicago. And this whole Kerry Wood, the closer deal, may work out. His 3rd save. Cubs win 3-2. Zambrano ends up with the win. It's his 1st of the year.
Cardinals have 9 players on the DL, the most in the major leagues. Unfortunately for visiting Washington, Rick Ankiel is not among those not playing. RBI double in the first, his 2nd at-bat off John Lannon, 3rd home run of the season. 8 for 23, 348, 5 extra base hits, and he brought us an adult club. Ask Lasting's Millage. Cardinals win it 3-0. They've won 5 straight since losing on opening day. Ankiel does it all, but he can't anchor our men's Final Four coverage. Back to baseball in the arms of an angel, John Garland specifically. It's Anaheim hosting Texas. Garland looked good in his debut. Second act, no. Rangers up 2-1. Garland walks Frank Catalanato on 4 pitches. Then he hits Ben Broussard. And pitching coach comes out and says, where's the guy I saw on opening day against the Twins? Next batter's Gerald Laird. He's from Southern California. First RBIs of the year. Meaning it's his first home run of the year. Garland, 5 innings, 7 earns. It's 5-1. Nothing like home cooking. Top 9, Laird. 1 for 11 coming in, 2 going out in this game, 4 for 5, 6 RBI. 40 of his family and friends were there. He's the hero, and the Rangers win it 10-4, your final.
We stay out west. Indians in Oakland in danger of getting swept by the A's for the first time since April of '03, facing Joe Blanton. Top 3, Grady Sizemore. Derek Barton, the flip to Blanton. One more look. Cleveland hitting only .181 in its previous 3 games. Just can't get the offense going. Certainly not with defense like that from Derek Barton. Top 7, they're loaded. There's Drupal Cabrera. One more time, the Barton to Blanton connection and the whole thing. Jamie Carroll scores this time, though. We're tied at 1-1. Could have been an inning-ending double play. Loaded the bases again. Blanton walks Ryan Garco, and the Tribe avoids the sweep. They win here 2-1. No one can analyze the first week of the Major League season better than John Crow. Jose Guillen and the Royals looking for a 4-2 start to their season in Minnesota Sunday. Here's Guillen in the second against the Boofer. Boof Bonds are allowed 3 runs on 8 hits in 7. 2 batters later, it's Alex Gordon. He's had a big stick in the first week of the year, scores 2 here, and it's 2-0 Royals. Twins were down 3-1 in the 7th. Jason Kubel, right center. That's where Joey Gathright lives. Royals also get 5 shutout innings out of Brett Tomko in his first start of the season. KC goes to Detroit, Minnesota, comes back.